gotta be kidding me. Sick when they look at me. Just look at the drip on me. Shitting me. Gotta be kidding me. How could you shit on me? You ain't got shit on me. Stay away from Flacco cause it's
Yo, what is up guys? Gamerverse back again here to do another review for you guys today, man. So today we are reviewing Need for Speed Unbound. Yes, this is the more recent and you could say latest Need for Speed game in the series. The game did release back in 2022 if I'm not mistaken. I think it should be 2022. This is just me looking up information while I actually create the YouTube video. Yeah, November 2022 the game dropped. It's been like 3 years since the game's release. Need for Speed Unbound is basically a new take on Need for Speed, but it has its own kind of twist and its own vibe. I decided to play it in 2025 just for out of curiosity, because I've been a big fan of Need for Speed growing up. I've played every single Need for Speed game, and I just held back on playing Unbound for a while because I heard some not so good things about it, but I also kind of didn't have a chance to play the game. And yeah, I got the game on Steam and played the game for about like 50, maybe 30 hours. But yeah, this is my review for Need for Speed Unbound. Stick around guys. As you guys know, I am Gamerverse, and how I do my reviews, I give you guys a couple of topics that I discuss, and then hopefully at the end of the video you will decide to play the game or not. And if you don't decide to play it, I still would like to hear from you in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get into our first topic. Let's talk gameplay and the driving mechanics. How does the handling feels compared? How does it feel compared to older Need for Speed titles? To be honest with you, I think the previous one that came out before Need for Speed Unbound was called Need for Speed Heat. And those driving mechanics was it left some a little bit to be desired, but I feel like in Unbound they kind of stepped it out because the game is on PS5 and they had to find out how to make the game good in terms of realism. But the handling actually feels really good. The way the cars feel depends a lot on how your car is customized, depends on how what things you have installed in your car. And that affects the driving a lot, and in that case I would say the driving feels quite realistic compared to all the Need for Speed titles. It has this arcade type of feel versus like a realism balance, which is really fun. It gives you that arcadey feeling but also like a realistic feeling. The customizations of the cars feel really deep. You get to customize your cars. You actually get to see what parts that you like and put it into the cars that you really want to use. But the game has this tier system, so to do particular races in the game, obviously that's what the game is about. The game is about racing, but there are challenges as well in all the Need for Speed fashion with the parts where you get to do the challenges, and then also like the main races to progress in the story of the game. The story which we'll be discussing a little bit later in the video. But in terms of gameplay, you get particular tiers and particular cars that can only be used in particular races, and there are buy-ins as well. So for some races you actually have to pay. You have to use your in-game dollars to get into that race, and that takes a couple of grinding. The game is quite grindy, even though you can complete it in 20 hours. There's always a possibility of you using your money for other things, and then you have to make the money back in order to enter a particular race, because say for instance this one race would be like $20,000 to enter. Just to enter, the reward would be about maybe like 50,000 if you do get first place. Maybe you decide not to do that race and you decide to modify your car, and then you're stuck with like maybe $5,000, and you got to make those money back in order to enter the race. Otherwise you cannot progress in the story. And yeah, back to the gameplay. Like, I mean, the cars feel really good. It feels good to handle, and I really enjoy the customization of the cars. There's a lot of variety, and there's also like the online community always posting their particular wraps and designs of the car. And also a really cool thing that they have added again, and it was also in Need for Speed Heat. You get to customize your character a little bit, and you do see your character a lot during the story mode of the game. There's cutscenes where you see your character, and the cool thing is you can create your character in here to however you feel fit. There's a couple of hairstyles, facial options, the way you want your character to look, skin colors, whatever. Cool hairstyles as well. The clothing is actually really cool. I really enjoyed the clothing, and I enjoyed customizing my character. It felt a lot like the game gives you this freedom of, and yeah, this freedom of customization goes a long way, especially if you're planning on playing the game for more than 24 hours. Maybe you completed the story, but you still want to play the game. The customization gives the game a good feel, and it really makes the world more alive. And I really enjoyed the fact that they decided to give us these deep customization features. So that's really cool. And that's the gameplay. Next, guys, let's talk a little about the graphics. The unique graphics in this game is really cool because it has like an anime type of style and a unique mix of like realistic cars with cartoon effects. And it gives the game that anime, type of feeling, but mixed with a realistic type of feel. And I thought it was really good because the lighting in the game looks really good. As you can see on screen, I had the game at I think I had it on high settings, and as you can see, the game looks really good. And this footage was captured on my PC, but I'm sure it will look something close to this on modern consoles as well. Really good with the lighting bouncing off from the cars, and I love how the rain effects look, especially if you play a race and you got those rain on the car and like the water on the car, and it just looks so realistic and good. But also the game has like a cartoony vibe as well when it comes to the textures of the characters and like the cartoon effects and things like that. But yeah, and it performs really well too on my gaming PC. Perform really well. I got 60 frames per second on high settings, and I'm sure it performs like that on consoles as well. I'm not particularly sure, but the FPS was solid and the stability in the game was solid. Zero bugs, though I did actually run into one crash. The game crashed once, and I don't know, for some reason the game just froze and then crashed as well. But after that, I was able to play the game again with no crashes or anything like that. So other than that one crash, the game is actually quite smooth and it runs very well in terms of performance. Compared to other racing games that kind of released recently as well, like Forza. I think Forza released in 2023, and other racing games like the Crew. It's really good actually in terms of the performance and the graphic style. Like I said, really cool, very unique, and very good. I enjoyed the graphics very much, and if you're planning to play it, go ahead and do it just for the art style. Really cool visual style that they decided to go with. And also, ASAP Rocky is in the game as well. I just realized that now. His music is in the game, and he's in the game as well. So that's really cool. Little cool quirk of the game. Something that they added, but thought I'd mention it in case you guys didn't know. Yeah. Next, let's talk story. Give you guys a quick breakdown of the campaign. So basically, you start off as a normal racer, but then you meet this girl called Jasmine, and she has she knows somebody who owns a garage. You end up working for that garage, and now you gotta kind of like get your name up and work your way up to become the king of the city and become the best racer. The game actually takes place in a city called Lakeshore, I think Lakeshore. And it's up to you to become the best racer, start taking out these other people, your rivals as they call it. You always get into rivals and you guys race and everything. But the story of the game is basically you working your way up to become a good, like the best street racer possible. And Jasmine is in the story, and there's another person called Rydell. But you also meet a lot of side characters as you play the story mode. You'll meet a lot of cool people in the game. and the narrative feels quite engaging, and it doesn't feel forgettable actually. So yeah, totally not forgettable and a really good story. But there's a lot of grind that takes place in the game, so you gotta grind a lot. There's reward. The reward balance in the game is like you gotta grind, you gotta get money to upgrade your car in order to have a better car, buy better cars, because certain races, like I said in the beginning of the video, certain races require you to have a higher level car in order just to enter that race. But now also those races are required because they are in the main storyline. So if you want to progress in the story, you gotta actually grind it out. I think that's just one of the downsides in the game, from in my opinion. But if you like grinding in games and you don't mind the grind, this will be right up your alley, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. But the grind for me was just a little bit hectic, because you gotta grind to get the best car and things like that. But fairly to progress in the game, you have to do these things, and the story is worth doing those things and grinding. But yeah, it's all up to you in terms of the progression. How do you want to progress? You want to keep on buying new cars or whatever? It's all up to you. And yeah, that is the story, guys. That is the story. Next, let's talk a little bit about the multiplayer. The servers are still active in 2025. Matchmaking times are really good. The player base size isn't that big. The community activity is still there. There's still a lot of people playing the game, like people who are diehard Need for Speed fans, still playing the game. The community is active. There are events, there are races, there are car meetups. Can go to these car meetups and show off your car, even if you don't want to race, you just go there, chat to some other people online. So yeah, the online scene is still there, and if you like Need for Speed for the online scene, I'll go ahead and get it just for that. If you enjoy the online scene, I would say the online scene is still pretty good there for PC gamers and console players. Next, I want to talk verdict. Let's talk final verdict. You know, who would play it? Is it worth playing in 2025? 3 years later, should new players buy it, skip it, or wait for a new title? I think it's depending on how. For me, I'm a big fan of Need for Speed growing up, so I decided to play it, and I kind of been following the series. I played every single Need for Speed title, and I enjoyed it actually. And I think if you are a casual racer fan, say you like Forza more, or you like more realistic simulators like Gran Turismo, those are for casual people who like those type of car games. But this one is for people who like street racing, because Need for Speed is all about street racing and escaping the cops, because a lot of the time after you complete certain missions, you do get a heat meter. I should have mentioned this in the gameplay segment, but you get a heat meter, and that heat meter increases depending on how many races you do in a particular session, because you get a day session, and after the day session, you have to park your car in your garage in order to get all of the money that you made for the day session. And then afterwards, you get a night session. So if you make a certain amount of money in that night session and you get busted, all of those the money that you made of all the races gets impounded, or the police would take that money and then release you the next day. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. And I mean, if you enjoy that, you enjoy street racing and enjoy the risk, that's really cool. And I mean, online players would really enjoy it. I think you should actually get it for sale. Get it for, or if it's on a sale, it's probably on a sale, because I remember having it on my Steam wishlist, and I got the game for very, very cheap. I think I paid like $30 or $20 for the game. Really cheap, comparing that the game has been out for about almost 3 years now. And yeah, you should definitely check it out on Steam if you're planning to buy it. Let me know below though. And I'm giving the game a final score. I think the final score for this game is a 7.5 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, that is my final score for the game, guys. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you're planning to play the game. If you've already played it, let me know as well. I'd still like to hear from you guys. And of course, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Check out my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. click that subscribe button. It is completely free to subscribe and get these videos for free. I like building up my community. I will try to get to 1K subscribers maybe by the end of this year if it's possible. We are closing in on about 600 subscribers. Let me know, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, and of course subscribe, like, share, comment. Let me know, guys. I have been Gamerverse, and of course I will see you guys in another video.